like to greet everyone around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Today happened to be Tuesday, July the 13th, 2021. It's about 7:05 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter if you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter if you black or white. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not. I still greet all of you all with this universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. I'm down here in Carbondale, Illinois, y'all. This is where my son, Bryan Lamar Johns, was found hung in this particular building. 400 F 31-36. He was found hung on the 3rd floor. Now, you have to look at some of my YouTube videos to get caught up on. They tried to say it was suicide. I just come down from a city hall meeting and they allowed me to speak. And I give it to the mayor. I don't know him, but the mayor did give me more than 4 minutes because when I spoke, the chief of police of Carbondale spoke, and I had to rebut what he was saying because he said that the Illinois State Police is investigating with them, but the only thing the Illinois State Police have is squads. And my son was hung with a belt. If he hung with a belt and they just swabbed the buckle, how is that gonna help at all? You see what I'm saying? When the material, if somebody else hung my son, then it would be their DNA on that. But this is something I don't want to show y'all. Some of y'all, if you look at my videos real good, you know I've been over here a lot of times. Look at this and tell me what you think this is. The last time we was here, this wasn't here. This looked like almost a bullet hole. I guess violence is still in the area. I'm not for sure. Take a good look again. You see what I'm saying? I don't think they'll say my son did that. They said he broke a fire extinguisher box. But I want to show y'all something that this same investigating sergeant told me that the mailman on March the 19th, 2021, where my son was found hung in here, this is considered the 1st floor. This is where the mailbox is at. Now, the detective told me that the mailman, when he was delivering mail, now he delivering mail now, this is the 1st floor. He seen my son's feet hanging up there around the corner. I'm gonna show you how far. This show you that that's a lie. Ain't no way the mailman seen that unless the mailman ran upstairs. But let me show you this here. Now the mailman down there, y'all. This is the 2nd floor. Another thing. Now, here's where my son's feet was hanging. Come up that way for a minute. This is where my son's feet was hanging. Now tell me, how is the mailman gonna be able to see all the way around this corner? But let me show you. In the other building, on the second floor landing, what was it? The 2nd or 3rd? Right here, allegedly, my son's face mask was there. Then up here, on the other side, my son 2 t-shirts. Now right here, where they said my son was hung, his arm, this arm was stuck in all the way in between here. But it's on this side. His face and his nose was smashed onto this. One of his arms, his head is perfect hanging. One of his arms was in here. This arm balled up with money in it. All the way in there when they got it. This hand was barely holding on like this. Right on this railing here. It was a bike here. The bike is gone now. The bike should have been gone. You know what the bike should have been? The bike should have been in the Illinois State Police crime lab. But do y'all see what I'm saying? How can he hang himself? Let me show y'all again. I ain't got the exact kind of belt, but I'm gonna show you something. We'll just say this the way it was, but it's a different type of belt. But we'll just say hypothetically, this is the knot. This is right up here. This is what the thing was. Now, is my son hanging down here? This is the way this would be, but this is the way it went. It went down here. It came through here, and this is where. You see what I'm saying? Follow this. How did he get the thing around his neck down here? Why wouldn't it be going down here? You know why? Because somebody put him up there. He was dead. He was dead before he was put up here. But it's an old arm, y'all, on this side, all the way in there to the muscle, balled up. It was a bike right here. His other hand holding on to this. How? You see, I know you don't want the students to be afraid. In the same way, I don't want y'all to count my son off. You remember around the other side, up here, his 2 t-shirts. What would he, and remember, this was March the 19th. I think the weather then was 41 degrees. What person did you gonna know leave their t-shirts? Face mask, remember I told you? And on the other side, this was broke out. Glass was down here, and I got pictures of that in some of my YouTubes. And the fire extinguisher on the other side was gone. They claiming my son went all the way around this corner. Went all the way around this corner before he came here to allegedly hang himself. This is where he came from. Let me show you where he's supposed to came from. Y'all excuse me. See, somebody don't like me coming over here doing what I'm doing. Somebody don't like me went down to City Hall, and I was respected. They told me 4 minutes, but I asked for a few more, and the mayor gave it to me. So, you know, I'm getting the mayor's credit. But this is Oakland and Sycamore. Remember, they say ain't no lights or nothing, ain't no cameras nowhere around here. Now, they want you to believe that my son, it was a mask, something like this, y'all. I hope it ain't another person around here dead nowhere and the mask is over here. Go, don't put it on. Go get the vehicle so we can go back around over there. You ain't gonna hit nothing, is you, baby?
I'm gonna get drunk.
I know you. Now, they want you to believe. They want y'all to believe that my son left from over here, 400 G 3742. This is the Sycamore side. They want you to believe he left from over here after leaving his 2 t-shirts neatly stacked on top of each other, and they looked like they was brand new. I still got pictures of them. Left them on the 3rd floor on the little railing where you seen all that stuff up there. Come down to the 2nd floor. I guess he said, oh, let me take my mask off before I hang myself. I left my shirts up there. I left my mask on the 2nd floor. Oh, let me break this here fire extinguisher box out. And oh, no, let me just not break it out. Let me take the fire extinguisher and go all the way around. Oh, no, before he did that, he had an axe, they say. The axe was laid here real nicely, just like his t-shirts and it's hanging and everything else. This is the axe. The axe was laid there real nicely, right there. He went, you know, we know he didn't throw it because it would have been lopsided. It was laid, he laid it right there after he did all this stuff up there. At the same time, I'm assuming he had the money still balled up in his hand. He left from there, got the fire extinguishers. I wonder which hand he had the fire extinguishers in. Probably the right hand, the left hand, because he died with money in his hand. And he went all the way back around this corner just to hang himself. Now, the pathologist said she from Bryan, Illinois. Friends of the what I call the good old boy system. You see what I'm saying? She from Bryan, Illinois, and no disrespect to nobody in Bryan, Illinois, but she told me I must don't know my son. Now, how would you tell me that I don't know my 45-year-old son when you only allegedly met him one time, and that's on the 25th of March when you allegedly did the autopsy? You see what I'm saying? When you allegedly did the autopsy. But I don't know him. It's far-fetched. She said that money was in his hand. He was trying to grab hold to the bike. And Rick and Morty, soon when he hung himself, Rick and Morty just came right on in. You know what I mean? Rick and Morty just came right on in. But now y'all remember all that. Let me show you what else they want y'all to think he did. Now you see all this other stuff he did. Now they said he had a high quality of methamphetamine and some antidepressants in him. Now a high doses now. Sooner or later they're gonna have to release everything. Now after he had, I don't know what order he did. Maybe after he hung himself, he brought his wallet way down here where this white female claims she found his wallet. She claims she found it, and she said, "Oh, Mr. Ivy, it wasn't nothing in it." And I knew that she would say it wasn't nothing in it. Now this is where my son normally get high at. Around here with these people around here. You see what I'm saying? The female that found this wallet, I'm taking y'all through this here again now. The female that found this wallet. Now see, my son get high over here with all these people over here. And this is, I think, 99, if not all white over here. Let's get this here. Y'all remember this rope here in case they unhung somebody else around here. You see what I'm seeing, that rope down there? And hopefully they ain't hung nobody else around here. Because I know they hung my son. But the female want me to believe that she found my son's wallet right here. Right here. This is the 900 block of Sycamore where his shirts was found in the 400 block of Sycamore. Now, right here where you see these apartments, 6, 7, 8, the white female told me she used to stay in there and my son stayed with her sometime. I'm telling y'all this to tell you this here. I went down to City Hall and let them know my son voice can't be heard by him, but I'm his daddy. I know I ain't a resident or a citizen of Carbondale, and I give it to the mayor and the city councilmen. They allow me to speak. You see, but the police chief got up and tried to say that they doing, it's an ongoing investigation. But it's his sergeant already told me that's conducting an investigation who's going around here going behind people that I talk to. You see what I'm saying? Instead of doing his own job. But the chief told the city councilman and the mayor, you see what I'm saying, that they got an ongoing investigation. And I asked the mayor after they got through speaking, can I rebut what he's saying? And I told him, you see what I'm saying, that the investigation that they said is open, they let me know on June the 8th that investigation was leading nowhere but to suicide. So I told him on the 8th, close it. They don't want to close it. You know why? Because there's too much stuff going on. He told the city councilman that they sent stuff to the Illinois State Police. The stuff that they sent, a swab, I took my belt and showed them, they took a swab. Now it was material. It was cloth-like material belt. It wasn't like this, but they just took a swab of this. They didn't take the whole belt. So what are you doing? And I told the city councilman, I said if it was any of y'all children or the chief of police children, they wouldn't have just took a swab of this here. They would have took the whole belt. I said they didn't even take his clothes. Why ain't they still questioning the female that neatly have just coincidentally can find his t-shirts, knowing they're his, before the police found him? Find his face mask on the second floor. Police, how do you know it's his face mask? How do you know it's his t-shirt? Then you find an axe. Then you notice that the fire extinguisher was broke. The fire extinguisher box was broke, glass was broke, and the fire extinguisher was missing, and it was on the third floor where he hung himself. I'm gonna tell y'all myself. You see what I'm saying? It don't take the state police. You're wasting money with the state police if you ain't sending everything. You're wasting money with the Carbondale Police Department, because the mayor even asked him, is there anybody else that we can get to investigate? They can because they got the money, but they ain't because they think that I was going to just shut up. The only way I shut up is God tell me to shut up. And God told me to keep coming down here. I didn't have the money to get down here, but one of my neighbors gave me the money to get down here so I can come down here and represent my son. Bryan, Lamar, John, me and your two sisters is representing all your sisters and brothers, your daughter, your grandson, and all of your family and friends. We down here representing. You see what I'm saying? You know they got that song, or what you call them guys is in the dough. The Ivies is in the dough. The Johns is in the dough. And we ain't going nowhere. Peace be still.